This is a story of muscle contraction. Like most candied representation, a whole muscle is made up of Twizzlers or fascicles. Fascicles are made up of myofibers. Myofibers are made up of myofibrils. So let's flex a muscle. First, an action potential travels down an axon. Calcium channels open, allowing calcium to move into the cell. Increased calcium causes the synaptic vesicles filled with acetylcholine to fuse with the cell membrane. Acetylcholine is then released from the synaptic knob by exocytosis. It is then picked up by receptors on the motor end plate of the skeletal muscle. Sodium-potassium channels open, allowing sodium ions to enter the muscle fiber. I'll talk about the bananas in a minute. This is acetylcholinesterase. It breaks down acetylcholine into acetate and choline. This closes the receptors in the membrane, blocking the pathways through which sodium ions can enter. Potassium ions can then exit, causing repolarization. Okay, back to sodium. The increase in sodium ions in the muscle cell initiates an action potential. It travels down the sarcolemma into T-tubules and stimulates the release of calcium from the terminal cisternae of the sarcoplasmic reticulum, where it has been sequestered by calsequestrin. Calcium floods over the thin filaments and binds to troponin, pulling tropomyosin off the active site on the actin. High-energy myosin heads leap to bind to the exposed active sites, forming a cross bridge. The myosin head pivots to the low-energy state, releasing ADP and moving the thin filaments over the thick filaments. ATP from the mitochondria binds to the myosin head, causing the head to break free from the active site on the actin. The myosin head becomes energized as ATP is converted to ADP. This is a sarcomere. It is made of thick and thin filaments. It extends from one Z disc to another. The striations in muscle tissue is caused by a pattern created by I bands of only thin filaments, A bands of thick and thin filaments, and H bands or H zones of only thick filaments, which are part of the A band.